Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, so we're back with another episode, and on this one here, it's gonna be on a E30 power that's coming to the shop, right? So basically, you'll see the car. The car is rough. So, but this is what we want to see. We want to see the rough cars, and we want to get them in rough. And I've got to remind myself all the time that this is why we are here to revive them. So, since it's complaining about how rough it is, it's actually a good challenge, and we're actually excited to get this car out and to start with it. So quickly, it is a plastic bumper power tag. I think it's a 320 tag on it, but we're not too worried about it because this is not actually coming in for a restoration. This is coming in now for a Restomod. So we'll do another episode again later on it and differentiate between Restomods and restorations, and I'll explain to you the difference between the two. A lot of people do know it, but there is some people in South Africa especially, they don't know the difference. So let's just go through the car quickly, and I just want to go through it because I'm actually getting ready to strip out the vehicle. So I'll let you know in there what the plan is on it, and it's going to be something exciting. It's going to be a different color to it. It's a BMW color coming to it, but something different to it as well, and I'm actually excited for this build. So let me swap over here. Sorry. Okay, so like I told you, the car is rough, and this is basically, obviously, this is how we receive the car, right? Hanging the way it was, I mean the way it is. Obviously there's some items in the car that we've taken out now, so I've taken it out so that I can, I'm just trying to lighten out the picture for you. So I've emptied it out so we can go through the vehicle, right? So I'm just gonna ask Future here just to come help me with the bonnet and stuff like that. Future, do me a favor, please just open the bonnet for me. Please help me with the bonnet while I'm on video here. Okay, so if you guys are battling to hear me, it is a bit noisy here. Right, the compressors are on, they're busy outside. And I do apologize for it, but it is a workshop. Okay, so quickly. Plastic bumper. Okay, the tag is off because I see that they attempted body work on it, but I will check. I'll have to run the VIN and see what body it is. So BAO is most likely a 318. That's what the VIN starts with. So plastic bumper car, I don't know what the original color is. It is a red, but it has been painted a few times before. The motor is literally just laying on the cross member. So it has a brilliant red there, but that is not brilliant red. I don't know what red that is. It looks between a mix of brilliant and Zenova. Well, doesn't matter. This guy's gonna go for a full color change, right? And customer came in and we threw ideas around, and obviously we know what we're getting ourselves into here, but we're gonna go a little bit differently on this car. So I proposed a couple of things. One is, okay, the color we actually didn't go through the color and plan it. Then the plan of the color actually came up a few days afterwards, right? But we're gonna take the M20 out because that motor did come from a 5 series and it is a 520, so we're gonna waste our time on that. So we're gonna take the 520 out, and we're gonna go through with a nice double farnhouse motor. So it's the same motor that we're going to use in the E28. So the E28, we've actually stripped the car up now, and the car is ready over there for paint stripping. But we're gonna go with the same route, and I want to go a nice 2.5 double farnhouse motor with a 5 HP 19 steptronic gearbox in here, right? And it's going to be different because every multi-valve E30 that we see is always a manual E30. So this year we're going to build up as a cruiser vehicle, right? We're going to build up as a cruiser vehicle, and I think let us make the car a green color. So I know there was another car that's built in South Africa that is green, and guys, we're not copying anybody. The color I think was built by Chicanos. The color is a very nice color. It's a very tasteful color. So we would like to go something simpler and similar as well on this car, right? So the color that caught my customer's idea was actually a Sorry, phones are ringing again. Was actually the Alpina Green. So one of the new Alpinas that came out, it's one of the new models, or the one that was just released now. I'll put the picture up, or I'll pop it now quickly. And that car is like, it's a mix between a bottle green and something else. I'm not too sure about the color, but that's the color we want to go for. And then interior, we want to go for almost like a tan interior. So we're gonna use, I think I'm gonna copy over Submersion's interior. Submersion is the guy that owns the 4-door 325i with the tan interior on air. So he's from the Eastern Cape. The number plate is famously known as Stolen EC. So I'll pop that as well, and I'll get permission from him to copy it. But I know him and I are good friends, so I don't think we should have any issues on that. Actually, he won't have an issue. He's a gentleman. So, but I'll just let him know that we are doing it. So green with a tan interior, right? Then as for the engine bay, I'm gonna switch it over again. So engine bay, we're gonna keep it fairly stock, but we obviously, for this setup here, I actually want to make sure that the cradle is dead straight, because we're gonna run the double varnish motor in there. I'm gonna see, we're gonna do a test fit of the motor. Okay, so we're gonna do a test fit of the 5HP19 into the tunnel, which I think it's gonna fit, it's gonna squeeze in, but we can actually make modifications now because all the interior is out of the car. So obviously the dash we're gonna yank out. I'm gonna take the heater box out anyway to redo it because there's a lot of dust in this car. So this is actually very close to a restoration, and hence we're gonna call it a Restomod, right? So I'm gonna see if there's any modifications that needs to be done on the tunnel. We'll do a test fit of motor and box in. I would like to run the viscous fan between radiator and motor. That is obviously the best cooling system. And secondly, I would like to run the aircon for this car. Right, so we want to make this car a nice cruiser. So what we're gonna go about doing first is Future and his team is gonna come out. They're gonna strip motor and box out fast quickly, right? Then we gonna strip out the wiper motor mechanisms. Take it out for me. Right, so I'm talking to Future here on the video as well. Take that out for me as well. Pull the harness out, right? And we're not going to mask up this car in any way. So this car must get stripped down. It's already stripped, but let's just take it down to the bone. We're gonna sandblast this vehicle, right? So we're gonna do first a paint strip. But if you can look at this bonnet here, there's tons of body filler here on it. There's a lot of dust on it, but there's tons of body filler, and if you can see all the dents from behind. So this bonnet is blasted. So I don't even think we're gonna get to repairing this bonnet, but maybe we can. I don't know. The door, there's tons of body fill on the door. We're gonna yank the door out. I'm gonna get another door in, but we want to sandblast this car out because I want to see what is going on here. There has been some sort of joint running on this car, so it looks like this car was basically cut this way here, and I don't know for what reason. I don't know if it was smashed before. So there's two ways we're gonna start with this guy. Is one is we're gonna sandblast it quickly, or I might even first put on the chassis straightener, put it on the jig, do measurements, do a check on it, then blaster. Okay, can close up. Thanks, boy. Then close up, and then sorry man, put on the chassis straightener, do measurements, check up if she's 100% sure that if she signs out, then we can sandblast her and start with metal work. Metal work is more, sorry guys, I'm my own cameraman today. My cameraman is not in, so we're a bit rough. We want to close up this area, and we need to strengthen it a bit because all the bracing is taken out. So for those that don't know about bracing, here's the bracing points here for your backboard, and it's been cut up here, and that's one of the reasons why I want to see if the car is still on point with dimension. Then what we do is we're gonna go through the rest of the car. We're gonna get the car up onto a rotisserie. So I'm gonna do a undercarriage strip down on it. So meaning undercarriage strip down is where we're gonna pull the rubberizer off and we're gonna go back down to metal. So I do have a surprise for this customer. I haven't told him about it yet. I haven't authorized it as yet, but I know he's gonna love it, so I'm gonna do it anyway. And he's not gonna know about it until I see it, and you're not gonna know about it until I show you guys what it's about. So color we've got the green from the Alpina. Let's call it the Alpina green for now until we get the correct code. We've got the tan interior. We're gonna keep the dashboard from in still the standard form. Then we're gonna go over. Let's go over to the wheel now. Wheel, we're gonna use a BMW, the E28 TRX wheel. but we're going to step it up. So South Africans have stepped it up, but they haven't put the studs in. I haven't seen one done in South Africa with studs. I'm going to try and get it done. If we can't get it done, I know that they are available overseas, and let's get it purchased. And it is a bit pricey, but it's going to look sick on this car. So I've got a small surprise for you guys at the end of this year, because we are doing a rendering on this car, right? Because it's a so-called, it's a custom car, but it's more for Restomod as to custom. I've requested a rendering to get done on it, so we have more of a visual on how it's going to look, or how the end product is going to look. So I don't know if it's done as yet, and I don't know if it's going to be done by the time I put the video up. But if it's not done, the picture isn't up. If it's done, then here's the picture in picture, right? So let me know what you guys think. As for stance, nope, she's not going on air. If you guys know us, you know we don't do air. I'm not a fan of air. I'm not a fan of how it rides. What I am a fan of is getting this car to look OEM, getting it to look classy, get it to look nice and sleek. So yes, it's going to be a Restomod, but it's going to be a classy, sleek Restomod. Nothing bright and in your face. And look at the rendering. I would like it to look something similar to that. And obviously we can do what we have to do. As for roof, we're going with black roof. We have thought about another color on the roof, but I think it's going to look too bright. It's going to look too in a person's face, and I think the black roof will just settle it down a bit. Engine bay, if you guys go onto my previous, actually it's one of my first videos of multi-valve conversions, right? And you'll see there's a couple of double Vanos motors that we've done. And look at the completions of the engine bays. And you guys will see when we're talking about going for an OEM finish of what I'm talking about. And we want to try and go for the finish that makes it look like it was meant to be in this car. And hence I was going for the steptronic version as well. So here's another thing now quickly. On the steptronic box, right, there is an option for us to put a pedal shift if I use an aftermarket management. So I'm not promising it, but we're going to try this. And you can see previously in the videos, there's an E28 that I've done with the pedal shift. So I might get it right or I might not get it right, but I'm going to try it anyway. Where the steptronic gearbox uses the 5 HP 19, so it's a 5-speed gearbox, and it normally has a steptronic on the lever. So how I done that guy is I ran an aftermarket management system, but I battled to tune the box. So the minute we got the box smoothened out, I lost 5th gear. If I maintain 5th gear, then I had harsh changes between gears, right? And that's the issue we have with management systems on a automatic gearbox. So if you're running it in a tow truck or in a car that you're not wanting to refine, it's fine, it works. I had it working, and there's a video of it, so I'm going to try and post a link up in the description. You guys can have a look at the video and you can actually see me doing a test on it. So I actually use the cruise control button, or not the button, the cruise control lever that normally comes underneath the wiper lever. I use that there for the upshift and downshift on it. So I'm going to see if I can get that function working, if I can get it working with a standard TCU, because that'll be first preference. But again, we're going to be through this build. I'm going to take you guys through the process. So my next episode will be now of the sandblasting, what we find on the body. And I would actually like to get this guy into paint as fast as possible, because now I'm eager to see what the color is going to come out like. So again, seats will be off to my boy Wesley. He'll handle seats fast. I'll sit down with him. Carpet, we're going to go with the cream carpet. So I'm not putting in this dining room carpets, this aftermarket stuff. We want to use, I showed you guys on the Calypso car, we use the cream carpet, right? That's an OEM carpet, but it's very hard to find, and very hard to find in good condition. So we're going to use the OEM cream carpet, but it's more like a dark cream, so I think it's going to suit the 10. It'll be lighter than the 10 seat, so it's a nice break in between. Cream carpet, we'll use the 10 seats, we'll use the original colors of the dashboards, the center console, the handbrake consoles. Black roof. Our roof, obviously our boy at AutoZone Gazina, Abdul, he'll handle that, so he's already been briefed up and he knows we want to go for a standard OEM look. I don't know if we're going to put sound in the car. If we are, then Abdul will handle it for us as well. I'll confirm with the customer later, but that's obviously towards the end. Our function is now to get it painted, get bodywork sorted out first, get it lined up before paint. Let's do a mock-up of the gearbox of the multi-valve with the auto gearbox in it. Let's get prop shaft lengths, get everything else sorted out. We are doing undercarriage on the vehicle, so I am going to powder coat and play around with the suspension parts. So yes, we're gonna have a brand new finish to it. It's not just gonna look pretty on the outside and it drives like shitty or looks like shitty on the undercarriage. This is gonna be a full-on build. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode here. You guys know what to do. Keep on liking, keep on subscribing. There's a competition that's going to be coming up very soon, so please keep an eye out for that. I will put up a video within the next week or two. I'm just trying to clear out with SA Beamer just the logistics on the competition, but I think it's something that you guys are going to love, right? And I'm doing it for the viewers, I'm doing it for you guys, so stay tuned for that, guys. Anyway, you guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, and share. Do what you do best. Let me know what you think on the build. Throw me a couple ideas and let's start building. Cheers, guys.